I've been saying it all along, and now Darius Slay is saying it too. Very, very soon, DeVonta Smith will be recognized as one of the best wide receivers in football. Dallas still stinks. You're by DeWayne King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. So we are one day away from Eagles-Browns preseason game number 2, and oh my gosh, we are going to have some awesome battles going on. Now, I will be live streaming, so come hang out with me. And you know what? I have been saying this for the whole entire off season, and finally somebody is backing me up. Darius Slay is backing me up. He came out and he said, DeVonta Smith will soon be recognized as the best wide receiver in football. What have I been saying? After this year, he will be recognized as one of the best in the business, no doubt about it. DeVonta Smith is an absolute stud. Now, before we get into all of this, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you so much for all the support you give me. Now, a few things I got to say before we start. First thing, I am really playing with these microphone settings. There's a lot of people who give you you should have it on this setting, or you should have it on that setting. I speak very loud. I'm a very loud person, so I haven't found the right combination yet. So let me know when you think it sounds pretty good, or if you think I should lower it or make it higher or do something. Because I'm kind of learning how I'm going, but we're trying to get all the kinks out before the regular season starts. Second, I have to talk about this because I've had floods of comments, floods of DMs, and I got to tell you, I'm not as smart as a lot of you give me credit for. I'm kind of a dingbat, okay? I did not, okay, let me say this. There was a stream yesterday. It was Mark Holmes, Rio, and PIZZLE. I was supposed to be on the stream, but I could not make it. Now, the reason why I didn't make it, if you have ever been around me or DM'd me on Twitter, you know I could go days without even checking my DMs. So they had made plans to go Tuesday. I knew it was going to be sometime this week. I didn't know it was going to be Tuesday. I never committed to it. I didn't know about it. So I just want to say that because there's a lot of people in the comments saying, Philly 500 know what was going to happen in that stream, and that's why he didn't show. I had no clue. I had no idea. And if people are saying, well, what happened? Mark Holmes went berserk on PIZZLE. I mean, he double moonwalked his ass. He went off on him, okay? And I have it all. I have it all. For a time and for a place, some other time. But I got it all. And I said, Mark is going to have this is going to be a tough year for Mark. He's on the edge. And I know he's been working his ass off in that red house. But in all seriousness, I didn't know that was going to happen. There was a lot of, built up stuff that had nothing to do with me, that was built up between those two guys. So I just want you to know, I had nothing to do with it. I had no knowledge beforehand or anything. I haven't even watched the whole thing yet, but I will. Oh, I will. Now, let's get into, and I did talk to Mark yesterday for people saying, why are you not calling him up? You're not a good friend. I did. I called him up when I found out what happened after I came home from work, and I talked to him. He's good. He's fine. Now, the Eagles play the Cleveland Browns tomorrow. I doubt if the starters will play at all. Maybe they'll play a series at best. I just say that because if they don't play this game, I don't see them playing the final game. However, whether the starters play or they don't play, there are some things that I definitely want to watch and I want to see. Okay, first thing, I want to see if Sidney Brown starts. I want to see if he gets a starting role. Last week, he played into the fourth quarter of that game versus the Ravens. He played into the fourth quarter. I believe he has climbed the depth chart. So the first thing I want to see, who has risen up in the depth charts. I believe you're going to see the fact that he is now probably way up in his depth chart. I believe DeAndre Swift has gone up in depth chart, even though I don't think, according to Nick Sirianni, it's just a matter of who he wanted to see play as a back. So I think tomorrow we may see more of Gainwell, and we may see Boston Scott. You may not even see DeAndre Swift. That is just how they're kind of doing the running backs. But we'll find out, and we'll see. I think it'll give us, if Swift and Penny are the two backs again, this will give you great insight of what the depth at the running back position is. I want to see how these receivers play again. Tyrie Cleveland had a great game. Could he come back out and have another good game? I would like to see if he can keep it up. Because I'm telling you, I think it's very hard for me to go out there and say, yeah, you got to let Tyrie Cleveland go. You can't let Tyrie Cleveland go. You just can't do it. He's been too good. Joseph Nagata, I want to see him do something too. I think Quez Watkins on the shelf, he's blowing a perfect opportunity to basically get stranglehold of the number 3 wide receiver spot. It's a great opportunity for Oz. So I'm very curious to see that. I want to watch these tight ends. Calcaterra, I thought there's a couple times he was open, he was missed. Stahl, he was missed. Mariota missed him. I thought that Arnold guy, Dan Arnold, whatever, I thought he stunk. I thought all the other tight ends stunk. Tyree Jackson did nothing. Who's going to emerge as the clear-cut number 2 tight end? That's going to be the question. I think Jack Stahl is probably the guy, but I think Calcaterra could hopefully give him a run for money, at least in passing situations. So that's going to be an interesting position to watch as well. I think the linebacker spot, obviously, it would be nice to see NAKOBE Dean come in and actually get some snaps tomorrow. I would love to see it. Of course, you text me when I'm, hey, let's wait till Philly 500 is doing a video to text. I always forget to mute it on my phone, on my computer, I mean. So I want to see the linebackers. I want to see NAKOBE Dean. I thought Nicholas Morrow was the best linebacker last week. Will he be that again? Will Christian Ellis actually make a tackle? And what will we see from Zach Cunningham and Miles Jack? They've been here almost 2 weeks now. I want to see them start to adjust and get in. So we've got a giant battle going on at the linebacker situation. I want to see more Eli Ricks. I want to see more Josh Jobe. I think the Eagles have a very underrated, very good secondary, very young guys, and I think there's a lot of tough decisions coming in that secondary. Who's it going to be? Keely Ringo, right? I always say his name wrong. That's what people tell me. But Keely Ringo, I want to see what he does in this next game. So it's going to be very interesting. These are pretty much the battles I'll be watching. And of course, one of the ones that's easiest to follow is going to be the quarterback. I don't need to see Ian Book. I don't need it. I've closed the book on Book. Forget it. What I would like to see is play Marcus Mariota the first half, play Tanner McKee the second half. I want to see more of this McKee kid. It was so much fun watching that game last week with him out there balling out, man. I did not expect that. I thought that was great. So I want to see a lot more of him. I think that would be awesome. And hopefully Marcus Mariota has a rebound performance because, watching him miss some of those passes, man, was not good. But we will see. So those are the main things that I'll be looking for. Of course, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, I want to see the rookies, Nolan Smith. Of course, I'll be watching those guys intensely. But there are some real battles going on. And yeah, Jalen Carter, will he make another beast move? I think he will. I think he's the real deal, and I think he's a problem for the NFL. And that's just the way it is. Now, the other thing I want to talk about real quick is DeVonta Smith. I've been saying since they drafted him, start fitting the guy for a gold jacket because he is that good. He is going to be that good. And I've been saying all off season, when this season is over, DeVonta Smith will be considered at least a top 5 wide receiver in this league. He will be at least recognized as a top 5 wide receiver in this league. And it was great to see Darius Slay come out and basically confirm what I'm saying. Here's what Darius Slay told reporters after practice about DeVonta Smith. Darius Slay told reporters after Tuesday's practice, Smith will soon be talked about as the best wide receiver in football. He's got all the tools, Slay said. I told him, you know, it ain't going to be much longer. We're going to be saying Smitty is the best receiver in the league for sure. It ain't going to be much longer. And I totally agree with him. A lot of people look at him as the second best wide receiver on this football team. And that may have been fair last year. I think right now, I think they're even. I think they're both, A.J. Brown and him, both do things differently, but very good at what they do. You get a big physical wide receiver in A.J. Brown, great at yards after catch. You know, he can do a lot of that kind of stuff. And then you have DeVonta Smith, I think one of the best route runners and best hands in the National Football League. And you got two guys who are a complement. This is why they're the best duo in football, in my opinion, because you're not getting two of the same type wide receivers, right? You're not just getting two speedsters, or you're not just getting two big guys. What you're getting is two complementary guys. You got a big physical receiver, yards after catch, go up and get the ball in A.J. Brown. Then you got the best route runner with really, really good hands, who's very smooth, and people just can't keep up with him. Great footwork, all that stuff. You have a special group right there. You have a special duo because they complement each other so well. And I don't know how defenses are going to stop these guys this year. I believe DeVonta Smith is about to go off. I believe DeVonta Smith at the end of this year, as much as I like A.J. Brown, and I like him a lot, I think DeVonta Smith will be considered ranked, or will be ranked higher in many people's books. And that's not a slight on A.J. Brown, because I think A.J. Brown's a great receiver. I just think DeVonta Smith is a volcano waiting to explode. Pause. Okay, that's what I think about him. So it's going to be interesting. I will be watching tomorrow. I will be live streaming the game tomorrow. And then hopefully we could get some of these kinks worked out. Even on the live stream, I got a new camera, I got a bunch of crap to do. So I'm going to go get ready for it. I might talk to you guys later today. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. And remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. Is Madden out yet? Did Madden come out yet? I have to go to the mall later. I take my daughters. Maybe I'll go buy that crappy piece of crap. You know, I mean, why not? I mean, dude, I can make Madden game in a minute, right? All you have to do is take last year's game and do a roster update, and you're done. It's the same game. They'll tell you, well, we got this new complicated computer artificial intelligent gameplay system, and it's only used for like the beginning when you first put the game on, a little clip of a highlight, and that's it. Has nothing to do with the gameplay, has nothing to do with the game. The game really pisses me off because I want to play football, I want to play Madden, but I can't enjoy it anymore. I just can't, and I have to bitch about it. Denzel Washington out.